I would suggest you guys to use Grouse if you are a beginner or an intermediate rider. If you are a more advanced one, that is a point that we gotta discuss. Because if you're looking for pole, out of boundary, and tree rides, that's gonna get a little bit boring after a few days. So I wouldn't suggest you to go to Grouse to do this kind of runs with a season pass because you guys will get bored. But if you guys are looking for park, that's the place to be. Their parks are really well maintained. I know they have 6 parks over there and 2 are for beginners, but the features are okay if you're trying to warm up. That's gonna be totally fine. Also, they have more 3 regular parks that have features from medium to extra large. And a point to keep an eye on is about the jump lines because they have a large, extra large jump line that is amazing and very well maintained. They are always throwing some salt. That's the park you guys want to check it out for sure. And in spite of that, they have a new park that is made all of wood, so all features are made of wood, and they claim it is the first kind in Canada, so you guys should definitely check it out. Okay, and how to get to Grouse Mountain? I'm gonna give you guys 2 pretty good options by bus. Let's suppose you guys are close to Burrard Station. There you guys only have to walk to westbound Georgia with Burrard Street and get the 240 bus and leave the bus on westbound Marine Drive with Hampton. And from that point, you guys are just gonna have to cross the street and get the 236 Grouse Mountain bus. That's gonna take about 1 hour to go from downtown. The second option would be to get the C bus from Waterfront Station. So if you guys are in Burrard, you guys can get the SkyTrain to Waterfront Station or just walk to the station because it is pretty close. And from there, you guys get the C bus that leaves each 15 minutes, and you guys can take some pretty good pictures of the city and of the mountains from there. Once you get to Lonsdale Quay, you're gonna see the terminal bus in front of you, and from that terminal bus, you go to bay number 8, and you guys are gonna get the 236 Grouse Mountain bus, and that's gonna stop right in front of the gondola. Also, another option would be to go by car, so it takes from downtown about 15 to 25 minutes. It depends on traffic. Also, you guys can go by Evo car because they have a parking lot over there for Evos. Okay, so let's talk about the mountain attractions. So in the lodge, we have a fine dining restaurant. We also have a bistro and a coffee shop, and there's a self-service cafe they have over there, so you can grab your stuff and get out in a few minutes. And they also have an alpine clothing store if you forget anything or if you want to buy something, that's the way to go. And if you're a tourist, well, go to the souvenir gift shop they have over there. Another thing is the beaver tails. There it is, this thing from the picture. It looks pretty good, and that's not a popular thing over here with British Columbians, but I know it is very popular on the East Coast. Another thing is the Eye of the Wine. It is actually a pod that goes up to that turbine and it has pretty good views. If you guys are going with kids, they have the sliding zone, so throw your kids over there and go do something else like snowshoeing or ice skating, or even bring the kids for doing that. They have all the rentals you guys need for snowshoeing and ice skating at the mountain. Another pretty cool thing is the mountain zip lines they have there. I know that the course is kind of big. And of course we have ski and snowboarding. I'm gonna show you guys here this track map because you guys can have a better view of the lifts and the tracks. Also, I would like to point it out is that to get to Grouse, you gotta get the gondola to go up the mountain. There is no other way to get to the mountain unless going through the gondola. And riding the gondola lead us to the ticket. Cause to get to the gondola, you gotta pay the admission ticket that is in this table over here. If you are going for snowboarding skiing, the gondola ride is gonna be included, but it is another price, a little bit more expensive. But if you guys are going just to enjoy whatever they have up there, you guys are gonna pay 56 bucks plus something else if you wanna get to the Eye of the Wine or the mountain zip lines. If you guys are going for the sliding zone, snowshoeing or ice skating, and you guys are bringing your own equipment, that's gonna be totally free. Okay guys, let's move to the daily lift ticket for ski and snowboard. It does include the gondola, okay, so you guys don't have to pay anything extra. As you guys can see here, we have the night snow lift ticket. So if you have never night skied before, well, you guys are gonna get that at all the three mountains we have here in Vancouver, okay? And they give some discounts if you come at night. Also, don't forget to check it out the prices online before you go, because the prices can change, right? So keep an eye on it. And let's move to the season passes. Okay, and here we have the price table with all season passes. So the winter pass that you guys can see on the left is just like the unlimited early bird pass. The only thing is that the winter pass they start selling once the season starts or when it is pre-close, and the unlimited and the limited they sell by the end of the last season until the beginning of this one. Despite they also have another cheaper ticket that I'm gonna talk about it later. But from this table, what is different from the unlimited and the limited is that the limited you cannot go on weekends and some blackout dates that I'm not 100% sure, but I know that those are between December 25th and January 2nd. And the prices are pretty fair with all other mountains. So I would suggest you guys to go only with the limited if you work on weekends. And the passes that aren't shown here in this table are the YouTube Play and the Spring Pass. The YouTube Play is by far the best deal because you're gonna pay 300 bucks for the unlimited pass, and they only sell by the end of the season or like mid-February until the end of the season, and after that they start selling those early bird passes. What is pretty cool about this YouTube Play Pass is that if you buy by February or March, you can ride with it till the end of the season and the next season. So it is a pretty good deal. If you are here just during spring, they have the spring pass, and this pass costs about 90 bucks. You can go as many times you want until the season ends. It usually lasts like 2 months. So if you're here during spring, check it out this pass because it is the cheapest one you guys can get. And now I would like to show you guys the rental table for skiing and snowboarding. So you guys should keep an eye on the snowboard package, snowboarding boots. That's the full package, right, for snowboarding, plus the clothing if you don't have it. Okay, and if you guys are going for a ski, you guys get the ski package that also costs 45 bucks, and that's it. If you're a more advanced rider and you want to go with the premium package for snowboarding or ski, the prices are right over there, and I definitely would suggest you guys to get these equipments because they're way better. They have several brands and you can choose from several types of boards, so go check it out, those premium equipments, because they are worth. Okay, so now we are going to take a look sideways of Grouse. So down there is where the gondola goes off until it gets to the top. They have several parking lots, and if you are going by car, they're gonna charge you 10 bucks for the parking. If you have a season pass, you can buy a season pass park that's gonna cost $40 for 1 year for the whole season, and 69 or 70 bucks for 2 years. And right now let me show you guys what kind of pictures you can get from the top. That is right here. You can see all the city down there, and this is the kind of shots you guys can get from there. Pretty amazing shots. Moving to the D-cut track, that is that track I just told you about the big jumps. This is the kind of shots you guys can get. The place is amazing, the city looks amazing, so you guys should definitely go down this track or try the big jumps we have over there.